difference from how he was playing in the beginning of the season for you guys over like the 15 or so games as he's been a net positive for you guys right on the floor?
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of learning the system defensively, getting acclimated to the role. And, I think in most of his career there was a lot of knowns. Substitution pattern known, minutes known, when kind of the ball's finding you known, play calls known. So I thought he did a great job just kind of, adapting to the unknown. Sub pattern kind of changes. Play calls may change depending upon the lineups or the coverages, and he does a great job handling that. And I think the second piece was just getting acclimated to our defensive system, which, he's taken a lot of pride in since he's been here.
Joe, has anything about this season, have you changed anything, adjusted anything in terms of coaching style, stuff like that? Derek mentioned, you guys have younger teams, maybe a little bit more film and learning, but, has anything about the way you approach things changed from the past 2 years for this year?
I hope every year you change. Just you learn, you grow. So, that's going to be the answer, hopefully, every single year that we do this, because you're always just kind of learn from the past, learn from your mistakes, learn from your successes, adapt to the new team that you have, adapt to new trends that are going on as far as learning environments or the game. So it's constantly, I think we change throughout the season as well as you get to know a team and do certain things. So I think you're just trying to stay up to date on what gives you the best chance to win every day and kind of stick to that process.
Are there any specifics about this team that force specific changes, for this group in particular?
I think obviously just having some new guys, so making sure our language is up to date, making sure our system is up to date on knowing that stuff. So I think just the communication of that and making sure we're retaining the information on a daily basis, so that we can execute it. So I would say just getting, not taking for granted guys having to learn the system and the language on both ends of the floor.
Hi Joe, Hugo Barcia from Spain News Agency. My question is regarding Hugo Gonzalez. I want to ask you first if you were expecting him to have this impact during his rookie season, especially on defense, and second, what are the things he can improve the most, especially in the offense?
I think he showed pretty quickly his defensive, instincts. He's able to make plays. He can close in on 2-on-1s quickly. He's can make plays defensively. He's done that pretty well. So I kind of saw that, and he's done a great job. As far as getting better, it's just understanding the league. I think he's starting to see different matchups on the offensive end. So finding the balance of shooting, attacking, closeouts, screening versus different coverages, recognizing those matchups. Just continuing to build his offensive game, which he works on.
Hey Joe, Keita has this very relentless sort of will to box guys out down low. He kind of just looks for people and wants to block them out. Does his willingness doing that and ability to do that, does that affect the way that you kind of try to use the other four potential defensive rebounders?
I think it's twofold. He's got a tough job as far as defensively, rebounding on both ends really. So it's a combination of he's got to get them, and then if he can't, he's got to keep his guy from getting, and that allows the other guys to come in and get them. So both things are just as important. And like you said, something he works on, something he has an understanding of, but it's either he's got to pursue it or he's got to make sure his guy can so that someone else can. And I think he does a really good job of that.
The way that you guys have improved on the defensive boards over the last month-ish, 5 weeks, what do you credit that most to?
I would say just kind of a little bit of some tweaks in our defensive pick and roll coverages, which allows us to keep the bigs closer to the rim. I think our individual defense has improved, and so there's less help ups. You don't have to help up as much. That's a huge challenge, especially tonight. This team plays 5 out and really stretches your shifts, and they got guys that can shoot the ball. And so our individual defense has to grade, and we can't help up for 1-on-2s and dump downs. We saw that in the Toronto game a couple times when we played them. So just keep it at 5-on-5 is the best thing that we can do. And then I think to your point, the bigs are doing a good job either keeping their guy off rebounding, and other guys are coming in and getting it.
Last question.
Coach, past 2 games you guys have had single-digit free throw attempts. How are you planning on addressing that free throw discrepancy, especially having the ability to go against teams that maybe isn't the most physically opposing?
Yeah, since January 1st, the league is down on foul calls in general, and so that's just a trend that we have to continue to study, is how we can continue to A, keep guys off the free throw line, and B, try to get to the free throw line. It's something that you're just always looking to do, whether it's tactically or whether it's our ability to be more physical.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks.